For decades, modern astrophysics has relied on a reliable planetary rhythm. Our Earth spins at a steady pace, and when minor fluctuations occur, chronologists simply add a fraction of a second to keep our atomic clocks synchronized with the cosmos. This graph from the International Earth Rotation Service shows a sudden disruption to that rhythm. On June 29, 2022, Earth recorded its shortest day in modern history, completing a rotation 1.59 milliseconds faster than a standard 24 hours. This diagram illustrates the internal mechanism driving the acceleration. As melting ice and shifting climate patterns alter the planet's mass distribution, the core dynamics change, forcing the Earth to spin faster. Because of this acceleration, timekeepers project that by 2029, they will be forced to introduce a negative leap second, subtracting time from global clocks. Mainstream science points to those climate shifts and core dynamics to explain the anomaly. But an alternative framework, known as the Convergence theory, approaches the data from the opposite direction. This theory argues the physical acceleration is a localized symptom of an impending, massive spiritual event. Looking at this master timeline, the Convergence theory positions the 2029 anomaly as the climax of a 1,260-day cosmic countdown. It posits that this impending negative leap second serves as the final mechanical trigger for a global reset. To understand this countdown, we have to examine what proponents call cosmological architecture. This concept dictates that human history does not progress in a straight line. Instead, it moves in vast repeating cycles, known as yugas, that are strictly governed by Earth's physical proximity to other celestial bodies. This orbital map outlines our exact position within these cycles. We are currently moving through the Dwapara-Kali transition. During this specific window, the Moon stabilizes at its maximum distance from Earth. According to the architecture, this extreme lunar distance forces old planetary systems to collapse. This data table correlates those historical era transitions with physical evidence. Ancient texts and modern geology confirm that every previous celestial shift triggered severe, prolonged climate shocks, from the 4.2 kiloyear event that collapsed early river valleys to the extreme global cooling of 536 AD. The chaotic weather patterns and rotational anomalies we measure today mirror those past events. The mechanical gears of the Yuga cycle are turning once again, creating the physical shocks necessary to clear the board. The mechanics of this current transition were tracked long before modern astrophysicists noticed the spin anomaly. A 16th century prophetic text outlines the exact same celestial sequence we are currently experiencing. This chart maps the sequences found in Nostradamus' Century 2, Quatrain 62. The text describes a specific chain of events, a period of intense natural disasters driven by human buildup, immediately followed by the Moon halting at its maximum distance. The final step in this quatrain, labeled here as Sequence 4, dictates the appearance of an asteroid immediately following the lunar halt. NASA's current trajectory data confirms that asteroid Apophis will make a remarkably close approach to Earth on Friday, April 13, 2029. A timeline drafted hundreds of years ago is currently aligning with modern orbital tracking down to the exact day. The physical warnings are clearly visible, but they point directly toward a metaphysical conclusion. This brings us to the third pillar, metaphysical theology. The physical acceleration of the planet and the approaching asteroid are pieces of a larger system, one that connects directly to ancient spiritual concepts, most notably the Rapture. This diagram illustrates the core mechanism of that connection. Under State A, we see the cosmic tether. For centuries, Earth has been literally and mechanically tethered to positive divine energy through specific celestial pathways, providing spiritual strength to those who seek it. Moving to State B, the theory strips away the magical elements usually associated with the Rapture. It defines the event as a literal, mechanical snapping of this tether. Projected to occur within the 2026 to 2029 window, this severing instantly pulls true guides and authentic seekers out of the physical dimension. The milliseconds dropping from our days and the asteroid on our horizon are the resulting friction. They are the physical symptoms of an immense cosmic cord pulling to its absolute limit before it finally snaps. This flowchart details the immediate aftermath of that disconnection. By November 2029, a total spiritual vacuum sets in. With the positive energy withdrawn, prayers lose their efficacy, leaving the remaining society entirely directionless. Without divine restraint, a new architecture takes over. This diagram outlines the resulting beast system, which rapidly establishes total ideological, political, and economic control over an abandoned population. You might view this as literal prophetic truth, or you might see it as a psychological reflection of the extreme anxieties we face today. Regardless of how you interpret the timeline, the convergence theory offers only one functional survival mechanism. As this graphic states, the ultimate guide remains within. When external institutions inevitably collapse and outward spiritual guides vanish, the true guru element is localized inside of you. In the face of overwhelming noise, quieting the mind and listening to that inner resonance is the only way to navigate the dark.